And here we go, we've got our first crew of the day making their way in toward the dock. But welcome back, guys, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Black Point. And kind of an interesting day, slightly overcast. We are definitely off to a slow start. As you can tell, there's not a whole lot of boats going on down here right this second, but I'm sure it will pick up as the day progresses. But let's see how our first crew does as they come in on approach, and they're already a little off, as Cap kind of has this boat just not perpendicular to the dock. He's kind of got it just at an angle, and there we go. He's starting to bring it back around. Let's see how he finishes this one out. So they're starting to get close. His buddy in the bow probably could grab a line now and try and go for a little line toss around one of the poles. And they're not quite doing it. And now, hang on. And he's backing into the dock. The pole gives out. Motor hits the back of the dock. And Cap's going to have to go back into gear as that bow's gone around now. They had a good shot at that one, though. All his buddy had to do was take that line he had in his hand and kind of just toss it over one of the poles, and I think they would have been fine. So now he's got to try and back this one out and get it off the dock, and there we go. Just doesn't want to back into the dock again. So they're kind of at a pause point. It is one of the interesting points here at Black Point, because where the docks are is kind of protected from that main current due to two walls on the ends of each one of these dock lines, and he's kind of inside that at this point. So he's finally got enough room to work where I think he can try and get this one back around now. So they wound up having to completely reset, and a few minutes later, here we are, and they're still not on the dock, and they're going to have to make another run at it. But security down here has seen them struggling, and it looks like they may come down and offer them a hand to see if they can assist him in getting on the dock. Now all he's got to do is toss a line to the guy. But Cap's still got to get it around. See, he's going to come too wide, I think, now. He's going to have to reverse this one back out to try and kick the stern around to get the bow to come back over. That's one of the key things to remember, guys. If you're a boater for whatever reason, is always remembering that. That's the difference between a boat and a car. So, I mean, you're always either pushing the stern or pulling from the stern. So the bow doesn't react, obviously, the same way as turning front wheels in a car. So you always got to keep that in mind when you're trying to do this. What? What happened? I don't. Our guy just went down. What in the world? How did that even happen? So he was standing up there, 2 feet on the platform, and his weight just shifted back. Let me know in the comments. Do you think he's had a little too much fun out there fishing today, or did he just fall? This is one of those few times that I'm going to go with the just fall one. I think our guy just went down. So Cap with the quick thinking, gets the line, gives the line to security, and security's kind of asking him if he's okay, but he looks all right. So our crew, just when they thought they were done, after about a 10-minute deal getting the boat docked, we are now on minute 4 of trying to get the trailer back down. So the guy that's driving the truck is the guy who fell. Again, it starts off the wrong way. He's got to bring it back. There you go. Do a little Black Point wobble to get it down there. I mean, he's got all 3 lanes. So where they're at here, there's nobody else on the other dock. So, I mean, they can take all the space they need. as he continues to back it down. Definitely taking his sweet time. Now he's going to hit the dock. He's got to be careful, bro. That's not going to work. So,
Hey, so
is he getting out?
working great, actually. Way better.
And man, he's heading back toward the dock again. He's gonna hit the dock if he keeps this up. Finally, Cap, it looks like, is about to say he's had enough and he's gonna go do it himself. And I was wondering how long that would take, because it's been a little while now. Like I said, before we started back recording on this, he was already about 4 minutes in. We were filming another boat. And, well, the other boat just didn't do anything. So, we come back to this guy. And there we go. He's finally, I think he's okay. Tough to tell from this angle. The guy pole looks pretty darn close to the dock, but he's got a funky angle of the truck telling me he's trying to fix it at the end. And maybe they'll be all right. Again, he can do this. There's nobody there, so I would agree. If there's nobody down there and there's 3 lanes and that's what you need, use all 3 lanes. And there's plenty of open ramps down here where somebody else could just go to another ramp if they needed to. Watch out for the rental boats. Our guy came in, the current grabbed him, and he's having to back out. And he's nearly going to miss them. I always look for that one because we get so many people who wind up in these rental boats over here when they come in on this first dock. So wisely, I agree with this method. He's going to give up on the first dock. He's got a fairly decent sized boat, and that one gives you the least amount of room to work. And he's going to come over here and move down a few lanes to try and see if he can get a better approach angle. And coming in very steep with the bow, but there you go. And where it tells me he knows what he's got going on here now is those engines are staying still. He is just using throttle, and that's the way we like to see it done. Typically, if we see a whole lot of engine movement on a twin-engine boat, we know we probably want to film those guys. But like I said, right there at the end, he figured it out. Our guy's coming in a little hot back here, especially with a boat this size. And when I say this size, this is a heavy boat. And I mean, he's still coming in hot, I feel like, right next to the dock. And there we go, he brake checks it up. And it's going to bounce back toward the dock, but he's got to be careful because that bow's going to kick out and head toward the other boat on the other side. So he's trying to bring it back around. He realized he was in a little bit of trouble and backs out. And here we go as he goes back forward. Brake checks again. Going to leave the helm. Tosses the line on the pole, but he's got that bow kicking out still. He probably needs to go up there and get a bow line. But no, looks like the wind and current's going to do the job for him, and he should be good to go from here. And speaking of good to go, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got Boats versus Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.